Ich glaube, das ist das, was ich als erstes mitgelernt habe in meinem Schrebergarten. Aus mal eben schnell wird ganz, ganz, ganz viel Zeit. Üblicherweise viel mehr, als ich eigentlich gedacht habe. Yeah, I think the first things I learned with my allotment is you have to do a lot of work. To maintain a house and a garden, it's so much work. And I think you never should forget this when you dream about your own house, that it's not just a fairy tale, sitting in your garden, enjoying the nature and living in a house. There's always, really always something to do, and yeah. So welcome watching me work in my garden. So this is what I mean when I say when you have a house and the garden and etc. It's always a lot of commitment. It's a lot of work, time, and also money. This is something I think maybe one day when I would own a own house with own property and I wouldn't have this experience. I think I could have imagined how much work and money something like this costs, but when you are in it and you have it on a when you live it, you really understand it, and I think it's something where you can feel would be own property and own house something for me. And I can say for myself, yes, yes. Actually, I would be more committed to it, I have to say, because with the allotment in a city, it's a great thing. I love it. It's a good way for people like me who are not really rich to have a green place, a piece of land where we can grow vegetables, etc. But when it would be my own property, I would be more committed. And I would put much more money into this. But so far, as it is an allotment, I'm like, okay, it's rented. I have to pay it. On a yearly base, and we don't know if something will change here in this area, and maybe in 10-15 years they say, okay, everything will be done here, and because this can happen to an allotment in the city. So I'm like, it doesn't make sense for me. It's just my opinion, when it's not your own property, your own house, to put a lot of money and effort in here. Yeah, so I'm like, okay, I want to have it nice, and I'm someone who looked after the house and the roof and the fence, that everything is fine. That's why I painted it, and also the fence and the roof is so far fine, because I don't want that it's, the condition of the house gets worse. But that's it. When it would be my own house, I would do much, much, much more. I really would invest. I would build it like this, that I can live here the whole year, and I would make it a bit bigger. And also, but gardening depends. When I talk about gardening, I would be also much more committed. But it's the way it is. I enjoy my allotment, but I'm still dreaming of my own house. But I think a lot of people do this, especially in the city, and especially with allotments. To have something by yourself, it's much more nicer. But what I like here, it's that you're really close to your neighbors and you help each other a lot. I don't know if it's the same everywhere with allotments, but in my colony it's like this, and this I really enjoy. Actually, I would like to live like this, with this neighbor so close, and we talk a lot over the fence, and this I would love to have with my own property and the neighbors, and because also as a woman to handle a house and property like this, it's always nice to have a neighbor who you can ask how you do it with the electricity. So today my neighbor was here and he helped me with this electricity, and just watching him how he did it, I learned so much. Yeah.
Aber siehst du, da lerne ich jetzt gerade auch nochmal, ne? Irgendwie logisch, dass sie sich nicht berühren dürfen, aber es ist ganz gut, das einmal zu hören.
Ja, alles gut.
I mean, of course, I can think by myself, and I think a quite good self-teacher, but sometimes it's nice to watch a more wise person how to do it. And let's see where life goes, but I can really recommend to everybody who dreams of a own house and property, make yourself aware what it means to have your own property. If you are willing to give so much commitment, money and love into this, it's like a relationship. It's not working by itself. You have to put a lot of effort in this. And saying this, I talked again a lot. Woo. Well, this is a very good example why everything takes much longer than expected. When you don't have experience, it looks like a 10-minute project, but it's not. So this was a project I did not do for a long time. I think this hole in here was, I don't know, I think longer than a year. And I was like, oh my God, it will take so much time. And yes, it took a lot of time, but I have to admit, not so much time that I was postponing it for so many months. But the result is, this wall is now closed with this wood. The lamp is on here. I'm not getting this fixed. But the other bigger problem is the light is not working. Something is wrong with the electricity. But this I cannot fix. I have no clue, and also to get an electrica, I think it's too much money. And so far I lived without it, and it looks pretty, and I will survive, and and maybe one day by itself it will light up again, who knows, but I think to repair it will cost a lot of money, and since it's just an allotment and not my own house with own property, would this be my own house and property, of course I would get help. But in this case, I'm like, what can I do? Oh. But I can say it's kind of sad that the light is not working now. Because now I'm really happy that this is all fixed and this wall is closed again, so it's protected from the cold in the winter. And a friend of mine, he made this lamp new, or how you say it, upgraded it. He put new color on it, cleaned it, etc. And it would just have been perfect if it would work. But well, I think this would be another project, and yeah. Yay! One is in. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm sometimes still missing English words and I cannot look it up every time, so they're actually hard to get in now. Because I cannot see the hole and it's kind of not arranged the perfect way, but yeah. Well, I'm patient. I'm totally patient. I mean, honestly, how long can somebody need to get this in? Yeah. Well, first off, I turn off the camera, otherwise it's taking the whole SD card to me to fix this. Unbelievable how the time goes by. 3 years ago in December I took over this allotment. At that time I had been dreaming of a house for my dog and me for some time. I literally visualized myself sitting on a bench in front of my house and my dog Ronja next to me. And look, here we are. I'm sitting in front of my house with my lovely dog Ronja, and we are just happy to have this place. I can admit, back then I was more dreaming of a house on my own property. At the same time, a part of me thought this dream would never come true. During this time I was in a life situation in which a house with garden was simply unrealistic in every respect. At least in my opinion. Life probably saw it different. Only a few years later I was sitting in front of my little house on my bench in my garden. At the end is a house a house. It doesn't matter so much if it is an allotment or my own property. When I took over the allotment, I was really excited, and I also felt a bit overwhelmed by how I should manage the allotment in addition to everyday life and my dog, but I can say I grew into this task. It is such a luxury to have a piece of land with a little house. As I mentioned before, a house and a garden is always a big commitment of your time, love, and also money. There's always something to do, but on the other hand it gives so much back to you and is such a good possibility to relax from everyday life. Just seeing me in all those videos working on my little house and my garden, I am proud how far I have come already, and I'm excited what the next year will bring. I wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.